Stephen Briers, Psychobabble, Exploding the Myths of the Self-Help Generation. In A Psychobabble, Exploding the Myths of the Self-Help Generation, Stephen Briers challenges popular self-help concepts that are often portrayed as solutions to our problems. The book summary delves into controversial topics like the importance of self-esteem, the effectiveness of assertiveness, and the power of positive thinking. Briers explores how personal development and happiness are influenced by our beliefs and attitudes and dives into various misconceptions that pervade self-help literature. This summary provides a critical look at the assumptions put forth by self-help gurus, and encourages readers to re-evaluate commonly held notions in the pursuit of a fulfilling and successful life.
The Illusion of Self-Esteem. The idea that high self-esteem is essential for success and well-being is largely a myth. Despite what self-help books may suggest, many problems, including bullying, poor job performance, relationship issues, and behavioral problems, are not linked to self-esteem. In fact, some people with high self-esteem still struggle. Boosting self-esteem also doesn't necessarily improve academic performance. It's time to reevaluate the catch-all, self-esteem, and look for more nuanced explanations for our problems. The pitfalls of excessive assertiveness. Assertiveness is a valuable trait that enables individuals to stand up for themselves. However, overly assertive behavior can have negative consequences, as it leads to social costs and disrupts the flow of a social group. Highly assertive people tend to prioritize their goals, even if it means isolating themselves from others, and may be viewed as less friendly and less popular. In contrast, meeker individuals who receive assertiveness training can benefit from standing up for themselves. The key is to strike a balance between assertiveness and cooperation, which is vital for managing our fates. Whether in the playground or the business world, it's important to recognize that excessive assertiveness doesn't always lead to success. The truth about visualizing healing. Visualizing healing does not affect disease progression or survival rates, but can still improve a patient's quality of life. We have all heard stories about cancer patients who manage to think away their illness through visualization or therapy and live a long, healthy life afterward. But is this actually possible, or just a myth? The truth is that psychotherapy and meditation do not affect disease progression or survival rates in cancer patients, despite being commonly promoted as healing methods. Studies show that a cancer patient's attitude does not influence their prognosis, and having a fighting spirit does not help reduce recurrence rates or improve survival. This means that visualizing healing is at best a rare coincidence. However, psychotherapy and meditation can significantly improve a patient's quality of life by reducing pain associated with the disease and its treatment. Overall, it's important to realize that positive thinking alone cannot cure serious illnesses, and it's dangerous to suggest otherwise. While therapy and meditation can't cure cancer, they can still bring comfort and improve quality of life, making them worthwhile complements to medical treatment. The influence of genetics and environment on personality. Personality development is strongly influenced by genetics, with identical twins sharing personality traits even when raised apart. While parenting can impact a child's development, it's not always the parent's influence that shapes a child's character. Rather, parents adapt their parenting style to a child's innate traits, leading investigators to overestimate the influence of parenting styles. Besides, a child's upbringing is only a part of their environment, which includes exposure to peers, teachers, and media, and parents cannot be held solely responsible for the impact of these factors. While abuse and neglect can impair a child's development, personality variations among identical twins indicate that a child's character is not entirely predetermined by their upbringing. The limits of self-help. Self-help books often oversimplify success as a matter of willpower or mindset, but the reality is that there are inherent limitations to what one can achieve. Body type and natural talent can be insurmountable obstacles, and even with determination and practice, it's impossible for everyone to be the best. Additionally, human behavior is influenced by others through mirror neurons and expectations. It's important to recognize these limitations and seek realistic goals rather than relying solely on self-help rhetoric. Letting go of the need for control. Trying to control everything in life leads to anxiety, stifled creativity, and exaggerated responsibility for one's life events. It's important to accept that some things are beyond our control and focus on mastering our own minds instead. Imagine trying to stop every car on your street from hitting a pothole. It's absurd and impossible. Similarly, trying to control every aspect of our lives is just as futile and can have detrimental effects. Believing that we determine our fate can provoke severe anxiety and make us feel reluctant to make spontaneous decisions. This outlook can also stifle creativity and lead to an exaggerated sense of responsibility for every mishap in our lives. It's important to accept that we can't fix all our problems and that some things are beyond our control, including illnesses like cancer. Believing that we can conquer such hardships with our thoughts alone can lead to feelings of failure and delay seeking timely medical help. Instead, we should focus on mastering our own minds and accepting that we can't control everything in our lives. As the Greek philosopher Epictetus said, there is only one way to happiness: cease worrying about things that are beyond the power of your will. Letting go of the need for control can lead to a more fulfilling life. NLP, does it really work? Neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, suggests that anyone can achieve success by adopting the thinking patterns of highly successful people. However, studies prove that these beliefs and techniques don't match reality. For instance, replicating an expert's performance by emulating their thinking habits isn't feasible. Expert knowledge is an outcome of highly developed skills. Additionally, renaming setbacks as feedback is not valid in every situation. Failure is a motivating factor and invaluable feedback to help us achieve our goals. Real failure can't be compared to simple feedback as it affects not only ourselves but also others. NLP is ineffective in enhancing human performance and as a therapeutic tool. To make positive changes in life, we need to reconsider our values and adjust strategies accordingly. The flaws of cognitive behavioral therapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, assumes that our thoughts cause our feelings and behavior, but this is flawed. Our emotions often precede our thoughts, and what filters through from our subconscious can be an abstract image rather than a proposition. Also, negative thoughts belong to a network of other thoughts and memories that make up our lives, so uprooting them is no easy task. While CBT can moderately improve symptoms of anxiety in some patients, roughly 3/4 still experience significant symptoms, and its efficacy for those suffering from depression is even worse. The dark side of positive thinking. Positive thinking isn't always the cure, especially if you don't believe it. People in bad moods are less prone to mental errors than happy people. Positive thinking can be dangerous when it becomes denial, preventing you from dealing with a problem that requires action.
Briers' Psychobabble sheds light on the misconceptions propagated by the self-help industry and encourages readers to think critically about these popular beliefs. The book summary presents evidence illustrating that self-esteem, assertiveness, and positive thinking are not always beneficial and can sometimes even harm our well-being. Contrary to the promises of countless self-help books, Briers suggests that there are no one-size-fits-all solutions to our problems, and that personal growth requires a more nuanced and individualized approach. By questioning the wisdom of self-help gurus, readers are encouraged to examine their own lives and adopt strategies that best suit their unique circumstances and goals.